Hello everyone. أهلا بيكم في تعلم الإنجليزية. Learn English. النهاردة مش هقول لكم التوبيك بتاعنا عن إيه. هنبدأ وهنلعب لعبة عشان نعرف إيه التوبيك بتاعنا. So today we're going to start with the game to know more about the topic. So let's think together what's the topic about today. So let's look together. For you to know the topic, you need to know the words. عشان تعرفوا إيه التوبيك بتاعنا محتاجين تعرفوا الكلمات اللي قدامنا دي. أنا عندي هنا 1 2 3 4 5 6 different words. عشان نعرف التوبيك بتاعنا محتاجين نعرف ال 6 words and we're going to take the first letter of each word and the first letter will create the topic. So let's look here. What's this word? Yes, so the first word that we have is pen. So here we have pen. So the first letter of pen is P. So we have the first letter for our topic today. The first letter is P. And then we have egg, and the first letter is E. And then we have orange, and the first letter is O. And then another pen with another P. And then we have lemon. So the letter is L. And the last letter that we have is repeated, which is E. So we have people. So our topic today is people. Today we're going to speak about people. Specifically, we're going to speak about people and description of people. How you can describe people's appearance. تعالوا نبص بالتفصيل هنتعلم ايه النهارده. أول حاجة هنتعلمها مع بعض النهارده هي الفوكابيلاري. والفوكابيلاري اللي هنتعلمه مع بعض هو الفوكابيلاري for describing people. And the other thing that we're going to learn today is grammar. الجرامر اللي هيساعدني إن أنا أعرف أوصف الناس بشكل مفصل هو verb to be, which is versus verb have or has. So لما هاجي أوصف الناس هستخدم verb to be am and is and are or I'm going to use have or has. هنبص على الاثنين وهنشوف امتى هستخدم have و has وامتى هستخدم verb to be am and is and are when we describe the appearance of people. لما هنيجي نستخدم الجرامر ده عشان أوصف شكل الناس. And we're also going to do reading. So we're going to read more about description for people. تعالوا مع بعض نبدأ أول حاجة عندنا النهاردة وهنبدأ بbrain teaser. الbrain teaser بتاعتي النهاردة مش هتبقى فزورة. So the brain teaser that we're going to have today is going to be about people again. Here we have a picture and this picture is a crazy picture. اللي احنا محتاجين نفكر فيه why is this picture crazy؟ البيكتشر فيها حاجات كتيرة جدا مش منطقية. تعالوا مع بعض نبص عليها ونشوف ايه اللي مش منطقي بالنسبة للناس الموجودة في البيكتشر دي. Okay, so here we have lots of people, lots and lots of people in the picture, and each person or each thing in the picture is crazy. So I will start with the first example that I have, which is here. So this is crazy because we have a dog and the dog is sitting on the sunbed drinking juice, which is crazy. We don't have dogs sitting on sunbeds drinking juice. So this is the first crazy thing. And here, if you can see this, we have another crazy idea. So this man here, yes, he's wearing pajamas and he's outside home. So this is crazy as well. Okay, so look at the picture and think again, what might be crazy? Yes, exactly. Here we have this boy, he's jumping off a pencil. So he's here using a pencil to jump, which is crazy as well. Okay, what else is crazy in the picture? Let's take another look. So the boy here, yes, the boy here is sitting on a book in the swimming pool, which is crazy as well. Okay, look again and think, what can you find crazy in the picture? So, yes, we have this boy here. He's wearing 3 watches. Crazy again. Okay, so, wow. Yeah, so here we have shark in the swimming pool. We don't have sharks in swimming pools, so this is another crazy thing. And the lifeguard here is an octopus. Is this normal? No octopus works as a lifeguard. So the lifeguard is an octopus. And yes, the woman is putting mustard on her hand. So this is crazy. So we put sunblock, but she's putting mustard. Okay, what else? There is a submarine in the pool. So we have a shark and a submarine in the swimming pool, which is crazy enough. And yes, do you see the chef? So we have a chef who is cooking inside the swimming pool, which is another crazy thing. So we have a lot of things that are not logical. البيكتشر هتفضل قدامكم. فكروا في ايه تاني مش منطقي او ايه crazy. So you can find more and more. Okay, بكده نبقى عملنا أول حاجة بالنسبة لنا اللي هي البرين تيزر. So our mind now is thinking and we're thinking in English now, which is really nice. Let's now start with our idioms. Remember the meaning of idioms? For those who weren't here before, idiom is an expression that we usually use in our daily life, and the meaning of the words are not connected to, or the meaning of the expression is not literally, so it's not connected to the words themselves. So we have some words that give me a different meaning than the meaning of the words. So هو expression أو مصطلح بستخدمه والمعنى بتاع الكلمات مش هو المعنى الحرفي للإكسبريشن. So الإكسبريشن مش بيستخدم معنى الكلمات حرفيا. The idioms are needed to sound more like native. إحنا الإيديومز بتخلينا sound more natural and more like native. And we use it in, yes, the everyday language. So it's apart from the formal language that we study in books. مش هي نفس اللانجوج الفيري فورمال اللي بنستخدمها في البوكس، هي اللانجوج الطبيعية اللي ممكن نلاقي الناس بتستخدمها في الشارع. So we call them again idioms. Okay, الidioms بتاعتنا هتبقى connected to describing people and people's appearance. الappearance اللي هو المظهر الخارجي. So the first idiom that we have today is not a spring chicken. Not a spring chicken. We can say he is not a spring chicken or she is not a spring chicken. طيب, what's the connection between this and appearance? What does it mean? So when we say not a spring chicken, it means that a person is not young anymore. So we can say your aunt is not a spring chicken, which means your aunt is not young anymore. Or I can say I am visiting the doctor more often these days. I am not a spring chicken, which means I am not very young anymore, or I am getting older. يبقى the word not a, or the idiom not a spring chicken means not young anymore. A person who is growing older and older and he is not young anymore. Okay, this is the first expression or the first idiom that we have, and now we have another idiom. So the other idiom or the second idiom that we have for today is dressed up to the nines. You can see one of your friends and you can say, why are you dressed up to the nines? Or, my mother is dressed up to the nines today. Which means, لما بنقول dressed up to the nines, it means wearing very smart or glamorous clothes. So wearing very nice clothes. Like I am going to a wedding party, I'm going to get dressed up to the nines. Or, my sister is dressed up to the nines because she has a very important meeting. Or tomorrow is the first day of school. So, everybody will be dressed up to the nines. So, dressed up to the nines, wearing their best clothes or wearing very nice, glamorous clothes. يبقى the second expression that we have or the second idiom that we have. So the first one we had was not a spring chicken, and the second one we have is, yes, dressed up to the nines. Okay, let's look at our third idiom for today. Look like $1 million. So look like $1 million, which means look very beautiful. So, or looking extremely good. So I can say, wow, you look like $1 million, which means, wow, you look very beautiful today. Or, I like you when you wear this dress. You look like $1 million, which means you look very beautiful. So, look like $1 million means look very beautiful. Okay. بكده نبقى اتكلمنا على الidioms بتاعتنا النهارده اللي هم 3 different idioms. أولهم not a spring chicken, which means not young anymore, and 2 idioms which are similar in meaning, and they both mean that someone looks nice. The first one is focusing on the clothes, which is dressed up to the nines, and the second one is connected to the general appearance. When somebody looks very beautiful, we say you look like $1 million. طيب خلينا نبدأ مع بعض أول part عندنا اللي هو البارت بتاع الفوكابيلاري. So for the vocabulary part, we're going to look at vocab connected to describing people, how we can describe people. طيب لما أنا هاجي أوصف أي حد أو لما هاجي أوصف الجنرال appearance بتاع شخص، إحنا عندنا شوية vocab بينفعنا إن إحنا نقدر نتكلم عليه. قبل ما نقول أي حاجة تعالوا نبص أصلاً لما هاجي أسأل حد على الديسكريبشن، إيه السؤال اللي أنا ممكن أسأله؟ لما باجي أتكلم على الديسكريبشن بتاع الشخص، السؤال بتاعي بيبقى What do you look like لو أنا بتكلم face to face. So what do you look like معناه اوصف لي نفسك أو أنت شكلك إيه. So this question is used to speak about looks. We're not talking about character. We're talking about how you look. So we're talking about your body description. So the other question is, what does your friend or what does he or she or whatever look like? يبقى أنا عندي الquestion اللي هو face to face do you، ولو هو بتكلم على شخص تاني does he or does she or does your friend. يبقى الستراكشر بتاعي بتاع الquestion عبارة عن إيه؟ ببدأ بال WH, so we start with the WH question and then helping verb which is do, and then the subject look you, and then look like. What do you look, which is the verb, and then like. So this is the form of the question that asks about description. So here we have do because we have you. The other form that we have, it's does. And we use does with he, she, or it, and then it's the same look like. So if I ask about the appearance only, if I'm talking about somebody's appearance, we have 2 different questions. The first is face to face, what do you look like? And the second is I'm asking about somebody else, which is not in the conversation. So what does he or what does she look like? Okay? يبقى أنا كده دلوقتي أول حاجة بصينا عليها هي الكويستشن بتاعنا. إزاي أسأل السؤال؟ So what do you look like or what does he or she look like? طيب لما هاجي أوصف أو لما هاجي هتكلم على الديسكريبشن, what are we going to describe? الديسكريبشن عندي include everything in your body. So the most important part is the head part. الهيد part فيها أكتر ملامح الإنسان أو أكتر حاجة مرتبطة بالإنسان إن إحنا نوصفها. بس عندي other things. أول حاجة هنبص عليها هنبص على الجنرال appearance. So the general appearance, if I speak about someone in general without details. So if I speak about someone in general without details, we can say pretty, 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 which means beautiful, but we use it only for girls. So I can say she is beautiful or she is pretty. Pretty is beautiful, but we use it only for females or girls. So I can say my father is beautiful, my mother is beautiful, but if I'm talking about pretty, it's my mother only. So pretty for girls only. And we have cute, cute. So cute means he looks nice, and it works for both girls and boys. Okay, يبقى أنا كده لو هتكلم على general appearance أنا عندي beautiful, which is a general word. It can be used for man or woman. And we have pretty, which is for women only. And we have cute, which is general again. And we also have handsome, which is for men only. Okay, تاني حاجة هنتكلم عنها هي الهايت. الهايت اللي هو الطول. So for height, we have different words that can describe height. Let's look at the pictures here. So we have 1, 2, 3 people. Okay, so if I'm going to speak about the height, we have short, short, short for this one. And then we have medium height, medium height. So medium height, not short and not tall, tall. So medium height in the middle. So we have short, and then we have medium height, and then we have tall. Short, قصير, medium height, in the middle, and tall, which is the opposite. So this is to speak about a person's height. So now we have talked about general looks, and we talked about height. Okay, we also have weight. Okay, so for weight, we have different words. The first thing that we have is plump and thin, thin. Okay, لما هنيجي نتكلم على الويت in general, الويت is a very sensitive thing. لما بنيجي نتكلم على الويت بيبقى التوبيك حساس شوية. So that's why we need to choose and select our words. Okay, so when we're describing people, we usually use nice words. So the nice words that we can use are like what? Okay, so I can use something like slim instead of thin. So we don't usually use thin to describe people. We try to avoid it and we say slim, which is the same meaning with a nicer word. And we have plump, we can say curvy, we can say chubby. So these are a bit nicer than fat. So for weight, we have different words that can sound nice. So we can use slim, we can use, yes, we can use average, and we have plump. Okay. طيب يبقى احنا كده اتكلمنا على الحاجات العامة قوي. يبقى أنا عندي describing the general looks, describing height, describing weight, and now we're going to describe the facial features. هنتكلم على الملامح بقى. أول حاجة بتوضح الملامح عندي هي الهير. وبالنسبة للهير هنتكلم عنه كتير قوي وفي تفاصيل كتير قوي لما بنيجي نتكلم على الهير. تعالوا مع بعض نشوف ايه التفاصيل اللي ممكن تنفعني لما أجي أتكلم على الهير and it's going to make it easier for me. Okay, so we said that the hair is very important to describe anyone. So in this case, we're going to speak about the general looks for the hair. أول حاجة هنبص عليها ال general looks بتاعت الhair. أول حاجة بتاخد عين. So if we're talking about the general looks, the first thing that we can speak about when we speak about the hair, how it looks. So we have straight hair, straight hair, straight hair. straight hair اللي هو الشعر المفرود أو الشعر اللي ما بيبقاش مجعد مفرود. So we call it straight hair. And we also have curly hair. So we have straight hair and we have the opposite is curly hair. طيب we have something in the middle. It's not straight and it's not curly. So this would be the option of wavy hair. So by this, we have 3 different looks for the hair. It's either straight or curly or wavy, which is not straight and not curly. Okay, and we also have spiky. And spiky is usually used for men. And we have bold, without any hair. So by this, we have 4 different styles. It's either straight or curly or wavy, no hair at all, bald, bald. So here we have A that we say as O sound, bo, bold, bold. So it's not bald, it's bo, bold, bold without any hair. And we have the other option, like me, we have veiled, still no hair. Okay, so the other thing that we're going to speak about, الحاجة التانية اللي ممكن نفوكس عليها لما هنتكلم على الhair apart from the general looks، هنتكلم على اللينث بتاع الhair. So we can have short hair. دلوقتي لو هنتكلم على طول الشعر نفسه we can have short hair. And in the middle we have shoulder اللي هو الكتف. So shoulder length which is here. So I have shoulder length hair. And we have the other thing which is long hair. So we have short, the opposite is long. مش بنقول tall hair. So it is long hair. Short hair, long hair, or shoulder length, which is in the middle. It's not short, it's not long. Okay, this is for the hair length. So we talked about the general looks for the hair and the hair length. Okay, we also have the hair color. والhair color مرتبط بأسامي. So the first thing that we have is fair hair. So fair hair is when we have somebody with yellow hair. So usually when we have fair hair, the person who has fair hair and white skin, hair yellow, skin white, we call them blonde. So the fair hair has the word blonde. And we have brown hair. So the person who has brown hair and dark skin, mostly like Egyptians, we call them brunette. So brunette is usually used for girls only. So we can say she is brunette, but we don't say he is brunette. So it's for she okay, he no. So for he, we can say he has brown hair. But for girls, we can say brunette. Okay, so we have bald for yellow hair, and we have brunette for brown hair. We also have dark hair, and we have red hair. Red hair, we call them redhead. أي حد بيبقى شعره لونه أحمر, we call them redhead. Okay, so we have red hair or red head. So by this we have blonde, we have brunette, and we have redhead. The 3 are usually used for ladies, not mostly for men. Okay, and then we have the hairstyle. الhairstyle اللي هو تسريحة الشعر بتبقى عاملة ازاي. So we're going to look at the details for each one. So first of all, we have pigtails or pigtails, both are fine. So the pigtails, when I have 2 things, لما يبقى عندي زي قطتين كده, so we call them pigtails. Okay, and we have a bun لما بنلم الشعر كله ورا دماغنا, so we call it a bun, like the picture that we have here. So we have pigtails, 2 groups, a bun, and we have plait. والplait like the picture اللي هي الضفيرة. And we also have fringe أو bangs. Both are the hair that we have in our heads or here on the forehead. This is called القصة. So it's called fringe. We also have ponytail. Ponytail. Ponytail اللي هو ديل الحصان. Ponytail. Ponytail. بكده نبقى اتكلمنا على أهم حاجات ممكن تساعدني إن أنا أوصف الهير، واللي هو بياخد كتير جدا من اللوكس بتاعتنا. تعالوا مع بعض نكمل الديسكريبشن بتاع الجنرال ديسكريبشن بتاعنا، ونشوف لو هنتكلم على حاجات تانية في الوش or in our face how we speak about them. اتكلمنا عن الهير اللي هو بياخد بارت كبير جدا من الديسكريبشن بتاع الفيشيال appearance or the physical appearance that we describe. اوكي، تعالوا نبص ايه تاني ممكن نستخدمه عشان نوصف بشكل اكتر دقة. So we can describe the face. So if we're describing the face itself ممكن اتكلم عن رسمة الوش. So I can say round face, oval face. So this is describing وش مدور أو وش مطول بيضاوي. So we can say round or oval. Or we can speak about details inside the face. Details like what? So we can have freckles. Freckles اللي هي النمش. So if we're talking about face or describing the face, we can say freckles. So another word that can help us describe the face. Another very important thing that can help us describe the face is describing eyes. Okay, so for eyes we have two things. We have the size of the eyes and we have the color of the eyes. Let's look at the size first. So we can speak about big eyes, or the opposite is small eyes. So I can say this person has big eyes or has small eyes. So this is speaking about the size. ده لو أنا هتكلم على السايز. Okay, لو هتكلم على الcolor, we have lots of colors for the eyes. The first thing that we can speak about is gray eyes. Gray eyes. وهنا لما بنيجي نتكلم مش بنقول gray eyes. احنا دايما كلمة eyes بتبقى connected للكلمة اللي قبلها، فهي دايما هتبقى فيها connection ودايما هيبقوا مربوطين مع بعض. So these two words are usually connected. So gray eyes, gray eyes. مش gray eyes, gray eyes, gray eyes. And we have green eyes, green eyes, green eyes. We don't say green eyes, it's green eyes, green eyes. آخر sound خالص اللي هو الN بيبقى connected للإي عشان الإي عندي vowel. So it's not green eyes, it's green eyes, green eyes, green eyes. Okay, and we also have blue eyes, blue eyes. Brown eyes, brown eyes. So we have brown eyes. And we have dark eyes, dark eyes. Dark eyes اللي هي العيون السوداء أو العيون الغامقة عموما. And we usually, when we speak, we don't use the word black eye for describing people. Why? So, do you remember bruise that we took before? فاكرين كلمة bruise اللي احنا ذاكرناها أو خدناها مع بعض قبل كده؟ bruise اللي هو أيوة ورم. Exactly. So, when I say dark eye, this means that the color of my eyes are dark. But if I am saying black eye means I have a bruise in my eye. كأن عناية مضروبة فيها أو عناية ورمة. So we usually don't say this or we don't use this for describing people's eyes. So we avoid using black for describing people's eyes and we use dark. So it's dark eyes instead of black eyes. We try to avoid black eyes عشان black eyes معناها مرتبط بالبروز، مرتبط بالورم. So that's why we don't use it. So one of the things that we don't use and we try to avoid is black eye. So black eye, no. Why? Because it's not a color for the eye, it's describing a disease or a sickness. It's describing a problem in my eye, not the color. So describing the eyes, we usually go for dark, not black. عشان خصوصا لو نسينا حرف الاس في eyes هتدي معنى مختلف تماما. Okay, and another thing that we can use to describe حاجة تانية بتساعدنا في describing people is the age. So age is one of the very important things to use when we describe people. age عندي متقسم دايما ل two different ideas. إما إن أنا هتكلم على المرحلة العمرية in general أو هتكلم على السن، هقول age specifically. So المرحلة العمرية متقسمين. We have baby and then we have a toddler. Toddler is the baby who started to walk and talk. So if he can't walk, if he can't talk, he's still a baby. Once he starts speaking and walking, he's not a baby anymore, he's a toddler. And then we have a teenager. Teenager دي مرحلة عمرية اللي هي من سن 12 أو 13 لغاية سن 16 أو 17 أحيانا 18 اللي هو سن المراهقة أو مرحلة المراهقة. We call it teen because in the age group we always have the teen word. لما بنيجي نقول السن بيبقى فيه كلمة teen like 13, 15, 17 عشان كده بنقول عليها teenager. So teenager is another thing that we can use to describe people. And then we have young. And young usually takes a man or a woman after it. We can say he's a young man or she's a young woman. So we have the word young. And after young we have middle-aged. Middle-aged اللي هو منتصف العمر. So we're talking about 30s, 40s. This age group we call it middle-aged. And then we have elderly. So elderly is referring to the old people. And we usually don't use the word old, we use the word elderly because elderly sounds nicer than old. Okay, يبقى دي الفكرة الأولانية إن أنا بوصف المرحلة العمرية كلها. So if we're talking about an elderly person, we're talking about people starting from 45, 50 years old up till 90, 100 years old. يبقى بتكلم على مرحلة كبيرة جدا. Or the other thing is that I can speak about the age. طيب لو أنا هتكلم على الage I don't know the age exactly. فإحنا بنقول عندنا في العربي في العشرينات، في الثلاثينات. So we're talking about yes an age group also but it's connected to every 10 years. فإحنا in this case we use the same thing in English. We can say in his or in her, in his or in her, and we say the age group that I think. So I can say in his 30s, in his 20s, in his 40s, in his 70s, in his 20s. وممكن أبقى specific أكتر وأبدأ أقول هو في أنهي part فيهم. يعني أنا حاسة إن هو في 20s yes، بس أنا حاسة إن هو في أول 20s ولا في نص 20s ولا في آخر 20s. I can give more details and more specifics. So I can say in her or in his mid-20s في منتصف. So in his mid-20s which means in the middle of 20s. Or we can say in her or in his late. So late, so this is the end of the group or the end of the 10 years. So in her late 50s which means 59, 58, in the end of 50s. So we can also use the beginning which is early. يبقى أنا كده ممكن يا إما أقول الage group بشكل عام جدا. I can say in general in his 20s, in his 40s, in his 70s generally, or I can be more specific and I can say in his early 20s لو في أوائلها, or in his late 20s if he's in the end, or in his mid 20s if we're talking about the middle. So this is describing the age. So describing the age, I can say the age with early, mid, or late, or I can say the age group in general. عندي حاجات تانية ممكن تساعدني جدا ان انا اعمل الديسكريبشن بتاعي وبتميز الناس جدا and they are generally related to men. احنا اتكلمنا كتير قوي على الديسكريبشن اللي related to women. خلينا نبص شوية صغيرين على الديسكريبشن related to men. One of the things that are very connected to men is a mustache. A mustache. الماستاش اللي هو شنب. And we have beard. 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 البيرد اللي هي الدقن. So these are the things that we can add extra for giving extra details and more specific description. بكده نكون اتكلمنا بشكل عام ازاي ممكن اعمل description لل physical appearance. How to describe physical appearance for people. Let's look in detail how we can use grammar to help me make a complete sentence about physical appearance. ازاي الجرامر هيساعدني اعمل بقى sentence كاملة. We now have the vocabulary. We need to put it in a sentence. So for us to make a sentence, we need to think about two very important things. We need to think about, are we using verb to be which is am, is, and are, or we're using have or has. Okay, to start with احنا محتاجين نفكر اصلا امتى هستخدم verb to be وامتى هستخدم have or has. And have or has we have got here optional. Optional يعني اختياري. So sometimes I can use got and sometimes I can cancel got. خلينا نبص مع بعض على هنا. So I can say I am tall. I am tall. Or I can say he has got blue eyes. طيب خلينا نشوف الأول خالص verb to be. verb to be أنا هستخدمه إمتى؟ إحنا الديسكريبشن اللي قلناه اتكلمنا على كذا حاجة في الديسكريبشن. اتكلمنا ازاي اعمل general appearance او general looks، واتكلمنا ممكن اتكلم على الهايت، ممكن اتكلم على الويت، واتكلمنا برضو that I can describe hair, I can describe eyes, I can describe the face itself. الديسكريبشن بتاعي ده انا محتاجه عشان اعرف اعمل السنتنس. هفكر السنتنس بتاعتي او الورد بتاعتي دي هل هي adjective ولا هل هي noun. يعني ايه هل هي adjective او هي noun؟ تعالوا نرجع مع بعض للديسكريبشن بتاعي. زي ما كنت مثلا بقول على كلمه زي كلمه في الهير كولرز، لما كنا بنتكلم عليها كنا بنقول red hair. كلمه red hair، كلمه hair دي هل لما بقول red مع كلمه hair هل كلمه hair دي adjective ولا noun؟ كلمه hair هي noun. طيب لما هقول كلمه زي في الجنرال appearance بتاعي برضو لما هنيجي نتكلم عنه، لما كنا بنتكلم وبنقول for example short وميديوم height وtall، الثلاث كلمات دول لما كنت بتكلم على الهايت الوردز دي هي nouns ولا adjectives؟ الوردز دي هي adjectives. يبقى أنا عندي الوردز بتاعتي هي مقسومة يا إما nouns يا إما adjectives. ده هيخليني أعرف أنا هختار إيه عندي من الverbs بتاعتي. يعني أنا عندي الverbs بتاعتي الموجودة اللي هو am, is أو are، واللي هو have or has. دي الverbs الموجودة عندي اللي بيحكمني فيها اللي بعديه ده adjective or noun. So if we're talking about adjectives الفريند بتاع الadjectives هو verb to be. So if we're talking about any adjective it's going to be with verb to be. يعني لو هتكلم على tall، لو هتكلم على short، لو هتكلم على heavy, thin, fat, especially أو specifically لما هتكلم على الويت والهايت، لأن الويت والهايت بستخدم لهم adjectives هستخدم معاهم verb to be am or is or are. So if I'm describing my sister I can say my sister is short، هتكلم على الهايت بتاعها. If I'm talking about her weight my sister is thin، my sister is slim. So I'm talking about her height. أو لو هتكلم على general appearance زي ما قلنا cute، زي ما قلنا attractive، زي ما قلنا pretty. All these words are adjectives. So for all these words we're going to use am or is or are depending على the sentence. If I am talking about singular is. If I am talking about plural are. And if I speak about I am. So we have am or is or are depending على السبجكت بتاعي، بس هم دايما مع الجنرال looks height and weight. طيب لو أنا الديسكريبشن بتاعي في البودي بارت، يعني أنا بديسكرايب body part، البودي بارت هقوله، همنشن البودي بارت like I say hair، like when we say dark hair. همنشن البودي بارت when I say blue eyes، بمنشن البودي بارت as eyes. round face، همنشن البودي بارت as face. dark skin، البودي بارت اللي هو skin. لو أنا هقول البودي بارت، البودي بارتس كلها هي nouns. فأنا لو هتكلم وفي الديسكريبشن بتاعي همنشن البودي بارت، so I'm going to use have or has depending على السنتنس بتاعتي. لو هو I, you أو أي plural have. لو هي he, she, it أو أي singular has. This means لو أنا دلوقتي بتكلم and I am describing my sister and I want to say blue eyes, my sister has blue eyes، لأن أنا كلمة eyes دي body part. طالما أنا قلت ال body part I'm going to say has or has got, more or less the same. So my sister's got blue eyes or my sister has blue eyes, it's the same. طيب لو أنا هقول white skin, white skin، كلمة skin body part or not؟ كلمة skin body part. So in this case has or have. So in Egypt we have white skin. So if I say white only من غير skin, so white only ما فيهاش body part, so I can say verb to be again. We're going to go back to am, is or are. So we can say we are white. ما قلتش skin، ما قلتش البادي part، يبقى am or is or are. قلت البادي part skin, white skin. We have white skin. We have dark skin. We have fair skin. اوكي؟ يبقى انا كده اللي بيحكمني لما هاجي اتكلم على السنتنس كامله بتاعتي، الفيرب هختاره بيزد على السنتنس بتاعتي او الورد اللي انا هختارها. لو هي adjective او مش بمنشن البادي بارت فيها it's going to be verb to be. لو هي بتكلم على اي noun او همنشن البادي بارت we're going to use we're going to use have or has. طيب خلينا نعمل practice على القصه دي. هنا عندنا Timmy Turner. تعالوا نشوف Timmy Turner and let's see how we can describe Timmy Turner. اوكي، خلينا نشوف الفول description وتعالوا نختار مع بعض. Okay, so the first thing that we have here, Timmy Turner is a, let's look at the picture. Boy or girl? Timmy Turner is a crazy boy. Okay, هنا عندي كلمة boy مفيش معاها أي body part, that's why I used is. طيب he 10 years old. 10 دي فيها body part? No. So am I using is or has? Exactly. So he is 10 years old. He is 10 years old. Okay, he short. So short, do we have body part? No. He is short. He is short and look at the picture. Is he fat or slim? Yes. So he is short and slim. He is not fat. He is or has got hair. Hair the body part or not? Hair is a body part. So in this case, we're going to use is or has? We're going to use has. So he has got. Okay, let's look at the picture now to help us describe. This is brown or fair hair? So he has got brown hair. لأن احنا هنا we mentioned the color with the body part. Okay, and big or small, blue or brown eyes. First of all, let's look at the picture. So these are big or small? Yes. So these are big. So and big and what color? Yeah, big blue eyes. Big blue eyes. He has got two big, okay, two big, tooth or teeth? singular or plural? Yes, if we're talking about two, it is the plural. So two big teeth. And small or big mouth? Look at it here. Is this a small mouth or a big mouth? Yes, it is a big mouth. Okay, his or her nose is or isn't big. So we're talking about Timmy Turner here, who's a boy. لو فاكرين من قبل كده لما خدنا مع بعض الpossessives، لو الأونر بتاع الحاجة boy, what do we use? We use his. So his nose is or isn't big? His nose is big. Okay, and the last one, he is or has got purple yellow cap. So he has got a, and the color here is purple yellow cap. بكده نكون عملنا practice وشوفنا ازاي نستخدم الجرامر بشكل مفصل، وازاي ممكن يساعدني ان انا اعمل الجنرال description بتاعي، وازاي verb to be بستخدمه بشكل مختلف تماما عن have and has. بكده النهارده نكون وصلنا لنهاية حلقتنا. So we have talked today about physical appearance, and we have talked about the difference between using verb to be, have or has. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.